Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with RBBS Transport LLC and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. We're here today because this is Thursday, 1:15 p.m. and everybody know what that means. That means we're back here at our same bat channel, same bat time to do our weekly training for our agents and individuals who are looking to get started in the freight industry. And our job is to get them ready, get them prepared, walk them through the minefields, show them everything that they need to know so they can actually step out and do it on their own. And that we do that as part of our Earn While You Learn freight broker, freight agent, freight dispatcher training. All right, we're going to go ahead and start sharing our screen so everyone can see what we are seeing. All right. And we are going to go ahead and mute everyone so that we don't have that background noise. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there. My bad. All right, there we go. We're all muted now. All right, I want to welcome everybody to our weekly training. Again, we have weekly training here every week, every Thursday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are down here in sunny Florida, but it's cold out. I don't know about you all, but I'm not used to this kind of cold weather here in Florida, down in the 30s every morning, 29, 28 degrees. That's cold for me. But we're here all the same, and make money in the cold weather, make money in the hot weather, because freight never stops moving, and that's the whole name of the game. All right, today we're going to go over some of the pitfalls of this industry. Okay. We're going to be showing you all how to protect yourself, okay? Protecting yourself in this industry, protecting your carriers, your business, your book of business in this industry, because the book of business, that is the key to everything. Everybody is working in this industry to build their book of business. We're also going to go over the load boards like we normally do. Of course, we do that every week, but that's how we make our money. So we're going to show you all how we go over the load boards, how we find those trucks, how we book those loads, and things like that too. But the core of our training today is going to be about protecting yourself, protecting yourself. Don't get taken by some of these brokers, dispatchers, because there's a lot of them out there, and they will take you for a ride. If they can get something for free, they will do it. All right, let's go to our load boards. 123 load board is our main load board that we normally use. We have that, and we also have Truckers Path, as you can see here. We are already logged in. When you go to the load board, if you're one of the first things, now a lot of you have been asking this question right here. How do we make money? By the way, congratulations, Tony. Congratulations, Richard. Congratulations, Sean. All of you all were booking loads last week. Tony's been on fire. Okay. Tony just joined the group. Tony, I was just congratulating you. Tony has been on fire here lately. Why? Because he is following the program. Okay, if you want to book loads, I think Tony booked 3 loads this week, 3 or 4 this week, and 1 was a double load. So, and if you want to book loads, all you got to do is just follow the program. Okay, I know a lot of you are probably saying, I need more load boards. I need higher paying loads. Nah, that's not the case. Become a better salesperson and you will book more loads, okay? If you become a better salesperson, you will book more loads. It's just that simple, okay? It doesn't get any simpler than that. And this truck locator here on 123 and on Truckers Path, the truck search, both of those are the things you want to use in order to book that's the bait you want to use to book more loads. Our loads are posted on here every morning. Every morning we post anywhere from 30 to 100 loads onto each one of these load boards. Okay, so when you log onto the load board, all you're going to do is you're going to go here. You're going to click where it says truck locator. When you click the truck locator, you're going to immediately know that this is nothing new, but some of you who have been with us already, you know this, but this is for our new people. When you click that truck locator, it is going to pull up all of our loads. These are our loads, okay? Someone had a question this morning. I do believe it was who was it? Who had a question about these loads on this truck locator? You can chime in now if you want to. All right. If I'm sorry, I was just sending the call over to voicemail. You can chime in now if you have, if whoever was that had that question. Let me see if I can find out who had that question. I think I know who it was. It was Miss James. How you doing, Miss James?
Hello.
Didn't you have that question about those loads?
Yes, I did. I usually watch your video. Well, I do watch your videos, and I know those loads at the top is ours. And once you click on them, it'll give you the trucks that's in the area. So once you click on it and you see a truck that's available, like, I just wanted to know, like, how do you approach that whole scenario?
All right. Great question. Great question. All right. This is how we approach that scenario. All right. You click on the load, just as she said. Okay. When you click on that load, you notice that a lot of trucks pull up. And it shows you where this load is picking up at, and it shows you where it's going. Okay? That little blue line shows you where it's going. This area here, where all these trucks are highlighted, these are the trucks that are in the area that are empty, and they are flatbed, because these are flatbed loads. It's not going to show you, it's only going to show you trucks that match the load. It's only going to show you trucks that are empty. All you basically do is you click on one of these trucks, okay, you pull it up, CMT Transportation, and you call them up. You call them up and say, hey, this is Calvin with RBBS Transport, LLC, and I noticed that you are in Gordo, Alabama, or you're close to Gordo, Alabama. Just so happens we have a load that is right there in Gordo, Alabama. Okay, it's less than 75 miles from you, or less than 10 miles from you, or you're right on top of it. You can tell by the way it's indicated right here in the little circle there. Okay, you tell them, say, look, it's right on top of you. It is lumber. It is 48,000 pounds. It requires a 6-foot tarp, and it's paying X amount of money. All you do to find out how much money it's paying, you go to your load receipt that we send you out every morning, okay, and you find that load, and you tell them what it's paying. And you say, and it's going down to such and such. Is that a load you think you would like to run? And the driver he's gonna respond to you. He's gonna say yes, or he's gonna say no, or he's going to say, man, y'all ain't paying enough, or whatever he says, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he starts talking Chinese. It don't really matter. He understands a little bit of English. As long as he can understand a little English, you're good to go. Because here's all you got to do. If he says yes, great, book the load. Okay, that's one of our contracted loads. All you got to do is call up Barb. Barb, I got a guy that wants to run this load from Gordo, Alabama down to California. And California, Georgia, down to Georgia, and Bob's going to say, great, okay, what's the guy's truck number, body, great, we'll go ahead and send that confirmation sheet over to Calvin, or over to y'all's home office. They're going to send us a confirmation sheet. You are then going to turn around and do what? You're going to get on, and you're going to send us an email. You're going to send that email where? To dispatch@rbbstransport.com, because that's the only email you ever send anything to, right? So you're going to send that email over to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. That email will have in it your information, name, number, email address as the agent. You will have the carrier's information, name, DOT number, company name, email address, phone number. It will have Tampa International or our shipper information. Okay, all you really need there is just put down shipper, Tampa International. We already know the information on that. You will shoot that over to us. Why do you do it? Why do you put all that in there? Because our interns don't know you. They don't know what's going on. We have new interns all the time. The way that we're able to run this thing that we're running, we make use of interns. Okay, and we have different interns all the time. They may be with us 2 weeks. They may be with us 2 days. But we always have different interns. We'll go through 20 or 30 interns in a 2-week span of time, and it'll always be a different 20 or 30 intern. We have a couple of them that are the same, but trust me, they don't know what's going on. So they need all that information. So when they get it, because that's the email address that they monitor, when they get it, they can process it right away. They know where the load is coming from. They know who the carrier is. They have the carrier's phone number. They can call the carrier up. They have the email address so they can forward the confirmation sheet when it comes over. They know where the confirmation sheet is going. If you don't send us that information, then they're lost. They're calling me, and then I'm calling you all trying to find out who does this belong to. So let's make sure we have all the information in there so that it can operate smoothly. Everything can get booked smoothly, which means you all can get paid smoothly. This is how the operation works. Now, that's if he says yes. That's the best case scenario. Now, the next case scenario, he says no. That driver says no. If that driver says no, that's not a problem. You just say to him, okay, what about that load you didn't like? Was it the money or was it the location of where it's going? 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to say the money. Okay? And say, all right, no problem. How much money do you need to move your truck? Now, that's a very auspicious inquiry. That's a very, open-ended question. How much money do you need to move your truck? And the reason why we ask that because everybody is different. Some truck drivers, the trucks are paid for. They don't need much money to move their truck. Some truck drivers, they went through a leasing company. They're paying $900 per week. They need a lot of money to move their truck. Some guys were smart. They got a business loan and got a line of credit for a couple $100,000 and bought their truck on a line of credit. And they're only paying $200 or $300 a month. So they need a moderate amount to move their truck. But everybody is different. Every truck driver, every owner-operator knows exactly how much money they need to move their truck. Trust me, I know. When I was an owner-operator, I knew exactly how much money I needed to move my truck, down to the penny. If I needed $3.72 to move my truck, that's what I needed. And I knew that because I knew what fuel cost. I knew what type of weight I was carrying. I knew if I was going up in the mountains, it was going to take me longer to move that load, how long it was going to take me to get it there. Everything about that move I knew. So every driver knows how much money they need to move their truck. And by asking them that, you're showing them that you are what? Knowledgeable about their situation. And so when they respond to you, well, I don't move my truck for nothing less than $3.50 a mile. Well, great, because it just so happens that I'm probably one of the best dispatchers in the game. And I can find you just whatever you need. So if you tell me all you want is $3.72 a mile, that's the only loads you want to move your truck, I'll look for you loads that paying a minimum of $3.72 a mile, and I won't contact you with a load that's paying less than $3.72 a mile. Would that work for you? Now, you just gave him everything he asked for on a silver platter. What are the chances of him saying no? Now, if he's full of, you know what, he's going to say, well, nah, because then he's full of you know what. But if he's serious about making money, okay, if he's serious about making money, and 9 times out of 10, he's out there in the middle of nowhere, thousands of miles away from home, this man is serious about making money. He just told you he needed $3.72 to move his truck. You just told him you wouldn't call him with anything less than $3.72 when you call him up, because that's all you're going to look for him. So what's stopping you all from getting together and him becoming your client and adding to your book of business? Because from that point, all that's left to be said is, great, I'm going to shoot you over my dispatch agreement and take a look at it. When you get your money, you shoot us 10%. That's it. Okay? Now, if he asks you where do I go to do this, you can either go to our website at rbbstransport.com, go to the About Us page, scroll down and click on the dispatch agreement, download it, fill it out, send it back to where? Dispatch at rbbstransport.com, because that is the only email address you all ever need to remember, and that's the only email address you all send stuff into. I don't care what it is you all seeing, everything goes to dispatch at rbbstransport.com. Okay? So, any questions on how to proceed with finding matching trucks? Now, if you notice here, there are how many trucks surrounding this one load? If you click on that one right there, it tells you right here, down here, it tells you there are 19 exact matches. There are 19 trucks that are in the area of that load that are empty. Now, we have exactly 33 loads on this load board. And we're averaging somewhere between 15 and 20 trucks around each load. Do the math, people. Is that not enough to keep you busy on calling for the day? I guarantee you that's what Tony did. Tony, where you at? Hold on, let me find Tony here.
Sure.
Tony.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that exactly what you did?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how you make money. People, this is not brain surgery. This is not hard to do at all. It's not. But you got to be persistent. Having a whole bunch of load boards, having a whole bunch of loads is not going to make you money in this business. Being a salesperson will. No matter what you do in this business, you got to be a salesperson. You got to convince that driver, that carrier, that you are the person to find them loads. You are the person to keep them rolling. You are the person to get them what they want to put money where? In National Hip Bank. Because that's what it's all about. Everybody wants to put money in National Hip Bank. If you ain't putting money in National Hip Bank, go home. This is not the place for you. If you're not going to work on your skills as a salesperson, this is not the place for you. Because this business is about sales. You're either selling the driver, or you're selling the shipper, or you're selling the broker. You're selling somebody on you. It's not the loads. It's not how much the loads are paying. It's about you being a good salesperson. If you gave me just 10 loads a day, and the loads were only paying 20 cents per mile, I'd still book 10 loads a day. I didn't say I would book those 10 loads, but I would use those 10 loads as bait, because that's all this is. All this is bait. The loads that we provide you with, you are not going to make a living on those loads. So get it out your head, the thinking that you're going to make your living on booking these contract loads that we have. It's not enough of them. They don't pay enough for you to make a living on them. They are bait. And that's what we're here to do, to show you how to walk. We're here to walk you through the industry and show you how to use those loads as bait to get onto the load board. And then we show you the skills. We try to guide you with using the skills, the tools, and the resources that we provide for you. And that's how you're going to earn a living. That's how you're going to make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week, each and every week. That's how you're going to get 5 to 10 carriers that you're dispatching for. Each one of those carriers moving about 3 loads per week. Each load is paying, on average, you $200 on your fee. That's how you make $5 grand a week. That's how you make a couple $100,000 a year. It's just that simple. Whether you're doing it as a dispatcher, whether you're doing it as a broker, or you're doing it as a freight forwarder, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same thing. The only difference is how much responsibility you want to take on in your business, and that's a decision that each of you have to make. Are going to have to make as you go along. You're going to have to evaluate what it is offered, what different areas of the business you can go into, and see which one is plausible and feasible for you. Okay? Like us as a firm, we had to make a decision on which is more plausible and more feasible for us. As you all know, we ran into some problems with someone hacking and stealing our MC number a while back, which turns out, now it turns out that was a good thing. Because after sitting down with Mike and the other board members of our company, we realized that we can make as much money, if not more, as a dispatching firm and not have nearly the responsibility or the overhead. No more $75,000 bond we've got to pay every year. That's a lot of money because we pay our bond out. The law firm that backs us pays that they cut a check for that 75 grand every year. You know, that's how they do it. Or they pay half of it, or whatever the case may be. And that's a lot of money not to be on the line for anymore, when we still make the same amount of money, because you can still dispatch and do the job as a dispatch. You can do it as a freight forwarder, or you can do it as a freight broker. But that's a decision that each of you all are going to have to make as far as what you're going to do. Okay? Now, any questions on about how to approach these drivers? Does anybody have a question on how to approach these drivers or how to approach these carriers from the loads that we're provided? Because what we have here is this. As I mentioned before, we have 500, 600, 700 carriers that you can contact. Because no matter what you click on, no matter whatever you click on, you're going to have anywhere from 12, 15 to 20-some carriers surrounding each load. This one has 13 matches. Here's another one in Millport, Alabama. It has 19 matches. Here's another one in Hartsfield, Harder. It has, how many matches does this one have? This one has 6 matches. So no matter what you click on, you're going to have matches to those loads. And you got a number of trucks that you can call. And this should be enough to keep you busy This should give you enough lead. And this is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, no, I take that back. This is at 1:30 in the afternoon. Imagine what this board is going to look like at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock when trucks start pulling in and shutting down. So it really doesn't matter what time of the day you actually call. It's better if you call in the afternoon because you have more trucks to actually choose from. But even at 1:30 in the afternoon, when most drivers are out driving, you still got trucks that you can call and contact. Okay? So, and that really is how simple this business is. Now, of course, you can go out and get other loads from other load boards and cherry pick loads and use that to, to present loads to these carriers. But that's done after you've gotten them signed up to an agreement, and now you're actually going to work for them in finding them loads. That's where the other load boards come in. That's where higher paying loads come in, because you got a driver that says, well, I got to have $4 per mile. Obviously, you got to go find him some good cherry pick loads. And but you don't do that until what? You get yourself a client. And this is how you get your clients. This is how you get your clients. And by doing this, and I'm telling you right now, at least 40 to 50% of the clients you get on 123 load board, I guarantee you're going to find their loads on 123 load board. You're going to find them a load on 123 load board. Now, a lot of you probably saying, well, how is that? If they're on 123 load board, how come they're not looking? Because they don't want to look. They want to drive, and when they finish driving, they want to sit down and chill. They want to go to the lounge area. They want to watch some TV. They want to take a shower. They want a hot meal. They want to come back down and lay in their bunk and watch some football on their satellite TV, if that's what they want to do. They don't want to look for loads. That's what we're here for, to look for loads. That's why they hire dispatchers, to find them loads. So take advantage of that. Be happy about that, because that's the area that you're operating in. Okay? Let's see, my fire alarm. Hold on for a second, everybody. All right. Hold on, everybody. My fire alarm is going off for a second. Give me a second here. All right, everybody. I'm sorry about that, but here at the office complex, everybody's fire alarm is going off. Is this? Oh, there it is. Okay, it finally got under control. All right, good. All right. No, the place is not on fire. It just happened that everybody's fire alarm was going off, and they finally got it straight. All right. But anyway, is everyone back with me? Can everybody see me? Everyone still with us?
Yeah.
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 All right. Sorry for that interruption. But any questions about how to find or what to say or how to approach these carriers that are surrounding our loads? Anybody? Before we move on.
So Calvin, when you're on this that you're talking about, this load thing here, do they still have to sign a dispatch agreement?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because how are you gonna get them? Because look, you cannot legally, you cannot go look for a load for a truck driver or a carrier until you have their consent. You have to be.
Okay, I thought that.
Yeah, you have to be a representative of that carrier. So now you can get their verbal consent when you're on here and you say, well, what are you looking for? Well, I need such and such. Well, hold on for a second. You just got their verbal consent, so you can go look for it. Now, before you can book that load, you got to have them sign up to something. You can't just go on their word and book loads for a carrier without them sign up to either a dispatch agreement or a carrier agreement. Now, we usually do a carrier agreement if you're brokering a load. That's if you're brokering a load.
Okay.
If you're not brokering a load, all you need is a dispatch agreement. In other words, if they're moving one of our contracted loads, if they're moving a contracted load, a brokered load, you got to sign them up to a carrier agreement. If you're just dispatching for them, finding them loads on the load board and keeping them moving, a dispatch agreement is all you need. Okay?
All right. Now, and when they sign that, is there a way that we can tell that they've sent that into you?
Just have them to CC you. Would you talk to them?
Okay.
When you send that in, go ahead and CC me a copy of it too. But whether they tell you or not, I mean, it's all about operating your business in a smart, professional manner. Okay, so and that's what this whole handed thing is geared toward. That's what our whole program is geared toward. We're not here just to show you how to find loads. We're here to show you how to become business owners. We're here to show you how what's the right software to use to do your conferencing. So when you get ready to start your own business, you want to use some teleconference software, you know how this software works. You know what we use. What's the right TMS system to use? You know we use the Ascend. You know, what load boards you want to use. You know what we use. So use that, learn from that, use us as an example. So and in the back of your mind, always taking notes on how you're going to set up your business. And the same thing is with your practices and your behavior. Okay? One of the things I always tell people to do is always take the high road. Always. And yes, I know it is hard. People will come at you all kinds of ways. They will say all kinds of things about you. They will try and slander you. They will do all types of things to throw you off your game. And if you get down in the mud with them, guess what? You just lost. Okay, as a business owner, you can't do that. Don't ever get in the mud with anyone. Always take the high road. Always stay out of the mud. Let them get dirty. You sit up there and look at them and say, hey, you know, I got a towel for you. Can I help you wipe that off? Always take the high road. Because that's what's going to sustain you. And when people see that you always take the high road, they're going to know that you are legitimate. And the person down in the mud, that's the one who is not legitimate. That's the liar. That's the con artist. That's the scammer. The guy that's down in the mud. Because he's down in the mud. So always take the high road. All right. But these are just little things that you need to know as a business owner, or at least as best that we can give you the advice on how to be professional, how to run your business the way it needs to be run, and how to make money in this business the right way. But back to the make sure that anytime you do business with anyone, if you have something going on in the background, just kind of mute yourself. Anytime you do anything with anyone in this business, get them signed up to some type of agreement. And our agreements and forms and things, you all can take those and create your own forms from those. When you get ready to move on, use our dispatch agreement, just change the name on it. Use our carrier agreement, change the name on it. If you want to copy our website and just change some of the names and stuff, from RBBS to whatever yours, do it. Okay? Because we're here to help you all go from not knowing anything about this business to becoming knowledgeable about it, so you can move on to your own or go on to a larger firm, and without being took and without being taken advantage of, and knowing how to make money. Any other questions on this part of it before we go to something else? Anything? Okay. All right. Truckloads or trucker's path is pretty much the same thing. It's a little bit different, but this is trucker's path. When you go to trucker's path, here again, it's going to pull up our loads. That's one of the first things you're going to get is you're going to see our loads. Now, with trucker path, it works a little bit different. Now, what I do like about trucker path is this. It shows what the rate is, okay? On 1, 2, 3, you got to go look for it, or you got to have your master copy pulled up that we get from our shipper, and you got to cross-reference with that. But with truckers pass, you notice here when you go to the loads and the truck search, it tells you right there what our rate is up there. Okay, it's already there, and it tells you the carriers that what the rate to carrier equals 85% of listed rate. So if a carrier tells you, well, I didn't know it was 85%, I don't say to them when you can't read, but you know they know how to read, and it's right there. It's right there with the details. It's right there. 85%. You know, rate to carrier equals 85% of listed rate. And how many people don't know what that means? How could you confuse that? But if they say they didn't see it, no problem. Well, sir, ma'am, there it is right there. Right there in writing. Now, that's what I do like about Truckers Pass. Everything is kind of disclosed already. And theirs is pretty similar. You click on it, and it pulls up the what's called, and it tells you, initially it tells you which truck drivers viewed that load. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that those trucks are empty. It tells you that those truck drivers right here, which is the number of views, actually looked at that load, which means they had an interest of some kind in that load. So it doesn't hurt to call them back up and say, hey, Christopher, I noticed you looked at the load that's going from Mixolydian, that's a crazy name, going from Alabama to Tyler, Texas. Or, yeah, going from, Alabama to Tyler, Texas. Was there something about the load? And did you have a question about it or anything like that? And then he or she would say, yeah, I looked at it. You know, I was interested in it, but I see it's a flatbed. And how much weight is that? Then you go and tell them about the load. That weight is 48,000 pounds. It is lumber. It requires 6-foot tarp. Blah, 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 blah. Would you like to book that load? And then if he says yes, no, maybe so, then you go into what? The same spiel we just went in on the other one. Okay, what about that load is not sufficient for you? Is it the amount? Is it where it's going? Is it the distance? Or is it the weight? But then you handle that and you cover that. Hold on a second here. Make sure everyone is still muted. Yeah, and so all you got to do is just go over that and then find out what it is he's looking for as far as money-wise, and then you go find him. You go find him what he's looking for. Go find what he's looking for. Just that simple. And if you can do that right, if you can just do that, I guarantee you will make all the money you ever want to make in this business. How many of you think if you didn't just do this, that we just talked about, that you couldn't do $1,500 to $2,000 a week? Does anybody think that's not possible? Does everybody agree that $1,500 to $2,000 a week is good money? Okay, of course. You know,
yeah.
Exactly. That is good money, and it is easy to do. It's not hard to do. I promise you, it's not hard to do. I promise you, it's not hard to do. The hardest part about this is just doing it, getting up, doing it, and getting over the fear, that initial fear of making those phone calls. Okay, that's the hardest part about doing it. But no matter what's said, no matter what happens, call the next one. No matter what's said, no matter what happens, call the next one. And no matter what's said or what happens, then you call the next one. You just keep calling until you get somebody that says, all right, great, let's grab that load. Great, let's go find me a load. Great, I like that what you found. Great, let's do business. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Okay? Got some calls coming in. All right, hold on. We're going to take a live call just so y'all can see what's going on. Let's see.
Extension 0 to accept. Press 1 to send.
RBBS, Calvin speaking. I'm sorry? You want to talk to a dispatcher?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can help you. So you're looking at a load from where now? One moment. One moment. Let me pull that load up, sir. Is that where you are today?
My driver is
Oh, okay. So you're a dispatcher.
yeah, I'm the company owner.
Ah, okay. How?
I'm trying to see whether we can pick up that load today and deliver tomorrow morning.
Okay. And how's business going for you?
Oh, it's going well by the grace of God.
Yeah, it's all by the grace of God. Okay. So you say, all right, that load was where again now? I got my list pulled up.
South Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, going to Little Rock, Arkansas, 443 miles. The total rate is $900, and the carrier gets 85% of $900. It requires 8-foot tarps. It is 48,000 pounds of lumber, flatbed. Is that going to work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you want to go ahead and book that load, right?
Yeah, it pays to the truck 900, right?
Yep. Well, you get 85% of 900. You don't get 900. 900 is the total. Yeah, 900 is the total rate. You get 85% of that.
What was that?
85% of 900 would be. Give me a second. Let me pull up my calculator here. 85% of 900 is going to be $765 paid to the carrier.
So that's someone that paid to me.
Yep, $765 paid to you.
Rest of them go to you guys.
Well, 5% goes to the factoring company, and then 10% goes to us.
Okay, I have my own factoring company.
Yeah, but these are our contracted loads. The shipper won't pay anybody, but they only pay us.
Oh, okay.
These are not dispatch loads. Now we can sign you up to a dispatch and find you a load, and then you take 90% of the load.
Yeah, well, my truck is just trying to bring them home tomorrow, so.
I know. So if that load was paying you what?
If it was paying me 900, I'll take it right now.
If it was paying you 900, so we need to try and see if the shipper can give us another what? $150?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let's see what we can do for you here. Hold on, don't go anywhere, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Put you on hold. Let's call Barb.
Good afternoon, Captain Squad.
Hey Glenn, how you doing? This is Calvin over at RBBS Transport. I got a driver I got a carrier that's interested in that Red Bowling Springs. No, I'm sorry, South Pittsburgh, Tennessee to Little Rock, Arkansas. But he needs.
Yeah, that one. No, Calvin, that one's gone for
Okay. I was about to see if you had another $160 in it.
Well, I tell you what, we might have. I don't know, but it's gone now.
I know. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey, Calvin, thank you, man.
All right. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Unfortunately, that load is already gone. But let me ask you. But let me do something for you though. We are a large dispatching firm. We have a lot of dispatchers, and they are very good at finding what you want. Why don't I have one of them get in contact with you? You tell them what you're looking for or where you're at, and they'll find you a load out of there. Would that work for you?
Okay.
All right, hold on for a second. I'm going to transfer you over to one of our dispatchers. Give me a second here. I'm going to put you on hold for a second, okay? All right. Okay. Now, did everybody hear that? Hold on, unmute. All right.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah.
Did everyone hear that?
Yeah, I got that.
Yes.
Now, that is how easy this business is. Make a connection. Now, I've got this call recorded. I can go to our Grasshopper area, get his number. I can shoot it to one of you all. You all call him up, find this guy, know what he's looking for. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna play favorites here. I'm just gonna pick a name here. See who has reported themselves on duty. And that's another thing. Every morning, if you all are on duty, go to our Facebook page, go to our Facebook chat group, and just mark yourself, hey, I'm available. That's all you gotta say is I'm available. Put in your number, your extension, and just type available. That's all you got to do. Okay, Nikki, since you are new, I'm going to give this one to you. Nikki, are you with us? Is Nikki with us today? Since Nikki ain't here, guess what? Miss James, are you ready to take?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready for one? All right.
Yep.
Ms. James, I'm gonna send this over to you, Miss James. Okay. Then all you gotta do is find this guy low going out of where he needs to be going from, and you shoot him over a dispatch agreement, get him signed up, find him a load, and get him moving. Okay.
Okay.
But you all see how easy this is. And this is not hard. Trust me. Look, this business is so easy. This business is so easy. I'm telling you, if you work this business right, you'll be sitting here thinking to yourself, man, this can't be legal. You can't make this much money this easily and it be legal. But that's how easy this business is. Okay? But it's all in what? The three things to a sale: set up, flip, and close. If you don't set them up right, you're not going to flip them, and you're not going to close them. And that was a perfect call. We set them up right. I'm not going to because somebody's got a lot of noise in the background. But we set them up right. We flipped him from a brokered load or from a contracted load to a dispatch. And that is how you actually work this business. Let me find all our calls. And here he is right here. Let me copy and paste this and get this over to Nikki. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me send this over to Chantel. And there you go, Chantel. There's his phone number. You want to give the guy a call, and there you go. All right. Let me unmute you real quick. Okay, Miss James. Okay, I just put that on. I just sent it to your box on Facebook. Got his number in there and everything, and just call him up and just let him know that you are with RBBS Transport and that you just spoke to someone, and you can go from there. I'm here to help you find you a load out of what is that, Bowling something, Mississippi, or wherever he was at, Tennessee. So
yep, he was in.
Yep, and then just get him on a dispatch agreement. Then you just go to the load board, find what he's looking for, and call him back and get him rolling.
I will. I'm ready.
All right. Now, as I mentioned before, that's how easy this business is, people. I mean, this is not a hard business. Trust me. If it was hard, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like hard work. That's why I've done it. I've been in the military. I've done construction work. I grew up on a farm, and I've come to the conclusion hard work is not for me. Okay, especially in my years after 50. I don't want to work hard. I'd rather work smart. And this is a smart way to earn money. This is an easy way to earn a lot of money if you operate it right and if you dedicate yourself to becoming a good salesperson. A good salesperson. Your communication skills is what's going to make you money in this business. Not having more loads, not having the right paying loads, that's not going to make you more money. What's going to make you money is communication skills, being a salesperson, mastering those 3 keys to a sale. Set up, flip, close. If you can do that, you'll make money hand over fist. All right. Now, let's get into how do you protect yourself in this business, because there are brokers and agents out there who will steal your clientele, right, Tony? Or they will try and
that's right.
Or they'll try and get over on you on some deal, like they tried to do with Tony yesterday. Now, Tony did a great job in going out, and he booked he found these carriers that matched our loads. He did everything right. And he got the broker on the line, and he got the broker. He actually talked the broker up to paying $2,500 on a 2-load deal. He got a carrier that had 2 or 3 trucks, or had 2 trucks. Got the broker to do 2 loads. Okay, for 1 for each truck. Got the broker to agree to $2,500 on each one, and each of the load was running about 1,000 miles.
1,300.
Yeah, okay. Each load was running 1,300 miles, and he got the broker to agree to $2,500 on each load. The broker said, "Okay, great." Sent over the confirmation worksheet. Got the confirmation sheet, and this is what the broker sent over to Tony. I want y'all to tell me what's wrong with this. Somebody tell me now. I want y'all to tell me if y'all can catch this. Now, this is the email that the broker sent over to Tony, and all of y'all can see this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, this is the email. Now, this is a 2-load deal, but there are 3 confirmation sheets. There's one there, and one there, right? All right. The first load, there's your load number, 55131. Picks up, there and dropping off there, and blah blah blah, 48,000 pounds, right? All right. And let's look at this one first. There we go. There we go, right there. And the amount is what? $2,500, right?
Correct.
All right, and that's 55130. Right?
Right.
Right? All right.
Yeah.
Now, the next one, and he sent another one that said what? 55130. All right? And that's paying what? $2,500, right? Right?
Correct.
All right. And the next one is 55131. And it's saying what? Paying what? That was paying what? Zero. Now, did anybody catch what that broker just did?
Send him the same load number twice, and the second load he didn't give him nothing.
Exactly. That is a common trick that brokers will play, because they are banking that you do not read your confirmation sheets completely. And then he sent over 2 loads, looks like 2 loads, but he actually sent the same load twice to make Tony think that he was getting $2,500 on each load. Then he sent the third one, which is actually the second load, which is the other confirmed second load, and he left it, and he put 0. So in other words, if Tony had assigned these and sent them back in, he would only get paid what? $2,500.
Oh no. Yep.
Those are the type of games that brokers will play. Always, 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 always read your confirmation sheets. Read everything on that confirmation sheet to include the load number, where it picks up, where it drops off, and especially how much money it's paying. Make sure you read everything on these confirmation sheets, because this is your contract. If Tony had signed off on that, or if he had sent it over to the carrier and the carrier had signed off on that, not catching it, guess what? They will only be obligated to pay that carrier $2,500. And they don't care. That's all that they would have sent him. But fortunately enough, we are in a situation where I do hold you all's hand. And when stuff like this comes over, I read everything. And so I was able to catch this, and I called Tony and asked Tony, I need you to read this and tell me what you see. Okay? And this is what we mean by protecting yourself. This is what we mean by you got to read. This is your business. This is your business. This is how you put food on your table. This is how you feed mama and the little ones. Okay? And I know a lot of you who got mama or daddy or whoever it is, they ain't happy if you losing half your money on a deal. Okay? I wouldn't be happy. You know, I know that truck driver, that carrier, wouldn't have been happy. Tony wouldn't have been happy. You see what I'm saying? So, and the way we handled that, simple. We just called them back up and said, hey, we think you made a mistake. We know they tried to swindle us, but we always do what? Take the high road. We're not going to get down in the dirt with anybody. Hey, we think you made a mistake. You sent us the same load twice, and on the other load, you sent it over with no pay on it. You know, be nice about it. You know, say, hey, hey, stuff happens. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on. You probably just slipped your mind. You know, even though you actually have to type in that 00 down there on the amount. Okay, because it's in there and it's in bold. So you know, when everything else is what in regular type, so you know you had to type it in. But that is what it is. These are some of the things you have to be careful on. All right. Any questions on confirmation sheets? Confirmation sheets, by the way, if you're doing a dispatch load, if you're finding a load on the load board and you're dispatching a load, the procedure is this. Okay, this is how you protect yourself. When you're on the phone with that carrier and that carrier agrees to let you go find them a load, okay, when you go to the load board, as we're about to do here, when you go to the load board and you looking for a load, and you're looking for a load, when you go to the load board and you're looking for a load, when you find that carrier or when you find that load, let's see here, Dothan. Let's go here and find some loads here. Let's see, reefer, flatbed, and van. Picking up on Tomato. And let's do my search. All right. Let's say you find a load. Let's grab one here. And you got this carrier, all right? Or you got the dispatcher or the broker. You call up that broker. Now, when you call up that broker, here's what you want to do. You want to tell that broker, say, hey, this is such and such and such. My carrier, don't give them your information as far as you're with RBBS or even if you were with whatever company. You never give them your information. Why? Because you're not representing you. You are representing what? The carrier. You are anytime you call a broker, you are representing a carrier. If you are a brokerage firm and you can dispatch to, when you call on behalf of another carrier, you are a dispatcher. You are not acting as a broker, because if you call another broker and you book a load as a broker, you are what? Double broker. And that is against the rules. You cannot double broker. So when you have a carrier who is giving you permission to find them a load, you are dispatching. This is why you have a dispatch agreement that you put into place before you actually book that load. Now, when you call them up, you're not booking the load. You're calling to get information. So do not give that broker any information that's going to lead back to the carrier or going to lead back to you. Because if you give them that carrier's DOT number, if you mess around and give them that carrier's name, guess what's going to happen? As soon as that broker gets that DOT number, right, he's going to tell you, oh, that load is gone. Oh, we just booked that one. Oh, we don't have that one anymore. And as soon as he get off the phone with you, what is he going to do?
Book that load.
Exactly. He's going to call that carrier and he's going to book that load. He's going to go to Google. He's going to go to the TMS system. He's going to put that DOT number in. He's going to pull that bad boy up. So, let me call Mr. Johnson & Johnson Trucking over here. Hey, Mr. Johnson Trucking, I don't think you're looking for a load going out of such and such and such. Yeah, I got one ready for you. And he's going to book that load. Don't ever, 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 ever give a broker any information on your client or on you or your company until you have that client sign up to an agreement and he is ready to book that load. Because then you have recourse. After you haven't signed up to an agreement, you have recourse. If he's not signed up to an agreement, you have no recourse. You cannot report that broker. You cannot report that carrier if he's not signed up to some type of agreement. So before you give that broker any information on that carrier, who they might be, on you or anything else, make sure you have that agreement signed. Now you can call them up, say, hey, I've got a carrier, I'm a dispatcher for my carrier, and we're looking at this load right here. How much is that paying? Now if that broker's like, okay, who's your carrier? We're not going to disclose that. Just be upfront with them, but be professional. We're not going to disclose that at this time, but how much is that paying? They can't get mad at you for that. Oh, it's paying such and such and such. Okay, is that, I see it requires 6-foot tarp, so is that lumber or what? Yeah, that's lumber. And what's the weight on it? It's 44,000 pounds. All right, great. I see it's going 440 miles. All right, great. Let me check with my guy and see if he wants that, okay? I'll call you right back. Right? Keep it professional. Keep it moving. You're not there to chit-chat. You know, not there for him to have time to pick your brain. In, get the information, get back out. Then you call back your carrier. Say, hey, great news. That load, I got a load for you. It's paying such and such and such. It's picking up here and it's going there. Lumber or such and such and such and such. You want that? Yeah, I want that. All right, great. Here's what I need to do. I need you to go over to RBBStransport.com, go to the About Us page, scroll down, click on that dispatch agreement. I'll fill it out, send it over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Or you go and get it yourself, download it, and say, I need to send you our dispatch agreement. What's the email address? Okay? You send it over to him. Have him send it back in. It's just that simple. Okay? Hold on a second. We got another live call here.
Extension 0 to accept. Press 1 to send the voicemail.
RBBS Transport, Calvin speaking. How may I help you?
Hey, man, what is you guys going to David to Maple, Alabama?
All right, the load is picking up where now?
It's going to Maple,
Okay, but
Alabama.
It's going to Alabama or it's leaving? Okay, it's
No.
McDavid, Florida to Maplesville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay, that is, that's a nice load. It's going 160 miles. It is lumber. It is 48,000 pounds and it requires 6-foot tarp. It is $500, and you get 85% of $500 for 160 miles.
It got a tarp?
Yeah, it has to be tarp. 6-foot tarp.
Oh, it has to be tarp.
Yeah, 6 foot.
What is that?
And what is it?
What is that?
Why does it have to be tarp?
What kind of merchandise is that?
It's lumber.
lumber.
Yeah, lumber.
Oh, yeah. No, it's much way. Can you make it for 750?
Can I make it for 750 on the amount?
Yeah, it got time, much weight.
Yeah, it's 48,000 pounds.
40,000. Yeah, it's a lot of.
Can you?
I'm right here, and a couple of miles from there, I can pick it out that load. Actually, I'm going to Miami. I need to go to Miami to relax. For some money, I can go up, but actually going down, you know.
Yeah.
I can make it for 750.
So if I can get them to give you 85% of 750, you'll take the load.
750, yeah.
Is that what you need, or are you talking about 750 on the total amount? Because remember, you get 85% of the rate. So you want 85% of 750, or do you want 750?
Oh, 85% of the weight?
You get 85% of the rate of the load fee, the money.
How much gonna be that?
That would be if we got them bumped up to 750, and that's a if. Hold on, minus 15%, and that would give you $637.50. Is that gonna work for you?
637.
$637.50, and you're only going 160 miles.
How many weight? That's 40,000.
That's 48,000 pounds. I can't change the weight. The weight is the weight, you know, because it's a full load. What type of trailer do you have? Will your truck not pull that much weight?
It's 40. The problem is my truck is I got the heavy trolley. My trolley is heavy metal.
Okay.
So I could put a lot of weight, you know, but
how much weight can you carry?
I can put 40,000.
All right.
Weigh 40,000.
All right. So if I can find you a load that's not way more than 40,000, and it's paying what $750, $800, and it's going less than 200 miles, you'll take that, right?
For 200 miles, you can give me $800.
I'm just saying, if I can find you, if I can find that for you, would that work for you?
Yeah, I can make it 200 miles for $800.
Yeah, but it won't be that low. It won't be that low.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you is if we can find that for you, leaving out of Florida, from around McDavid, Florida, that will work for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, great. Here's what I need you to do. Are you able to get onto our website?
You need my website?
No. Do you have access to the internet?
No, I don't drive it, but I got
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I gotta call my company.
I'll tell you. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have one of our agents give you a call, okay? And they're gonna find you a load that's paying somewhere between $800, $700, $800, $900, and not going more than 200, 300 miles.
I can make it going up to Birmingham for 900, but I don't drive it. Just I got an ATP. So if you got a load, it like me, just let me know. I call my company. My company gonna call you.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I need call me back at this number. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And you are going.
What about this load for? What about
that load? I can't give you that load because that load is too much weight. Didn't you tell me you can't pull that much weight?
How much weight? You said?
48,000 pounds. It's too much weight.
Oh no, I can take it. I can take it.
I know. I know you can't take that one. It's too much weight. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna find you a load that's not too much weight.
Oh no! I want
This load,
I can't
this,
take 48.
I know,
But
this load,
40,000, I can take you 40,000.
like I said, I'm going to have someone to call you, and they're going to find you a load that's not more than 40,000 pounds. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
All right, great. I'm going to have someone to give you a call, okay?
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Hi.
All right.
2 weeks.
All right. Let's see. Who was next on my list? Well, y'all picked the right time to come to training, didn't it? Y'all got me working for y'all today. That's all right. Let's see here. Who is on this list who has put themselves available? Give me a second here. Who's available today? Richard Stevens. Hold on. Yep. Richard Stevens, are you here with us right now? Richard, are you on here? Is Richard on here? Nope. Well, guess what? Richard's not on here, so guess what, Mr. Davis? Tony Davis. Tony, you want to give this guy a call?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to send his number over to you. Let me pull him up. Well, you all are starting to see how easy this is. And it's like I said, it is all about the setup and the flip and the close. It really doesn't have anything to do with the loads, okay? Because obviously that load did not work for that guy, and the guy could barely speak English. But what? But you understand what I'm saying, though. This is not. Look. This business is not hard. If you can become a good salesperson, if you can become a people.
Tom, I got a question real quick. So so when a guy, I put an ad out there in the social media, and the guy asked me, well, what's the setup? So when he was asking me what's the setup, that's what he wanted to know was where the load was going, how much it's been, and all of that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, Tony, I just put that on your Facebook inbox, so that was yours. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, back to what we were saying. Protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times. Okay. Don't ever give a broker your client's information, your carrier's information, or your information until you have that dispatch agreement in place. All right, and that's the procedure. And once you get that carrier to agree that he wants that load, then you go over to you get him the dispatch agreement. You send it over to him. Then you call back that broker. It's okay, great. I'm ready to book that load. Broker say, okay, this is where it's going, this and that. And where do I send the confirmation sheet to? Send the confirmation over to where? Dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Because everything goes over to where? Dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Okay? That's the only place everything goes. Dispatch at RBBStransport.com. And then when you do that, then you are going to send an email to where? To dispatch at RBBStransport.com. That email will contain what? Your information, name, phone number, email address. Carrier's information, name, number, phone number, email address, DOT number, where the load picks up, where the load drops off, how much the load pays, and the broker's information, name, number, phone number, and email address. Why? Because when it gets over, the interns are going to look at it. They're going to know exactly all the players involved. They're going to know what goes where, and they're going to know what to expect. Because you're just now sending an email back saying, hey, I just booked this load. It is a dispatch load. Confirmation sheet is on its way. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But we need you all to get in the habit of doing this each and every time. Always send over that information. I don't care if you got someone who says, I'm sending a dispatch agreement. And here's the problem we get. We get dispatch agreements all the time. But if we don't know who they go with, how do we know who to sign them to? I mean, we have people sitting on dispatch agreement, but we have no emails from you all alerting us to the fact that, hey, I just signed someone up to a dispatch agreement, expect a dispatch agreement from name, phone number, email address, and DOT number. You know, if we don't get that, then we just got a bunch of dispatch agreements that we get in. Then I got to go on to the chat group and say, hey, whose guy is this? Who has such and such and such enterprises? Who does this belong to? You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you get in the habit of doing that. And get in the habit, each and every one of you should be keeping a file. You should have a log. You should have a database of all your clientele. Because they're not my clientele. They don't belong to RBBS. They belong to you all. Because eventually, at some point in time, each and every one of you is going to move out on your own. Okay? So, and please don't call me talking about can you send me a list of my clientele? Why should I be responsible for keeping up with your clientele? It's your clientele. I keep up with my clientele. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to take care of your business, because this is your business. This is your business. Each of you should be keeping a log of all your carriers you're dispatching for. If you sign up in the all the shippers you're getting loads from, all that stuff you should be keeping track of. So that's your book of business. You know, when business is slow, that's when you go back and you start calling those people from that book of business. Hey, B&B Trucking, you know, hadn't heard from you in a while. What y'all need? I got something for you. You know, talk to me. You know, that type of deal. All right. By the way, we are going to be going into auto hauling. We are revitalizing our auto hauling since now we have worked out how we're going to do it. We're going to do it as dispatchers only, and we are going to have the only dispatching service that pays the carrier at the drop-off. Now, that is huge. I don't know if you all know how huge that is, but that is huge. We are going to be using this area right here. And some of you all can go there right now. We're going to be using Central Dispatch. We are going to be using CentralDispatch.com. CentralDispatch.com is the largest. They are exclusive. They're low forward just for auto haulers. That is all they are for. They don't do anything else other than ship cars and boats and stuff like that. That's all they do. Okay? Now, you have to be careful on Central Dispatch. Now, here's how we're going to be getting on Central Dispatch. We're not going to be on as brokers. Okay? We're not going to be on as a dealer or a shipper. We will be going on Central Dispatch as a representative of the carrier. Okay? Which means we will be getting dispatch agreements filled out by the carrier. This is how we're going to get onto Central Dispatch. You're going to get a dispatch agreement filled out by the carrier. All right? When you get the carrier signed up to a dispatch agreement, right, then you are going to go to Central Dispatch because you now have that carrier's DOT number, MC number, and all that type of stuff, right? Let the carrier know that you, and this is how we're going to be doing it. We, RBBS, we're going to be doing it. We want you all to do it too. And trust me, it's going to pay you back. You're going to sign up for an account with Central Dispatch, but you're going to be using that carrier's MC number. In other words, you're going to get an account for that carrier. Okay? You can do one for yourself, one for the carrier, and it's going to cost you about $35 per month to get on CentralDispatch.com. And this is a specialty type of site, but when I tell you, it makes your money back. I'm sorry, $59 per month. I take that back. It's $59 per month. All right. You can use it free for 30 days. After that, you know, plans start as low as $59 per month for shippers and brokers. I think for carriers, it's $39 per month. It is not that much for carriers. So if you go on with a carrier login, it actually gives you a much better deal. It used to be free for carriers. I'm not sure if it still is free. It may still be free for carriers. Feel free to give them a call up and find out. We will be calling them sometime, not this week, but week after next, just right after Christmas. And we're going to be start calling them because we're looking to get signed up with them the first of the year. And once we sign up with them, we're going to be going on there. We're going to be calling up car dealers, okay, letting them know that we have carriers that can move their cars. And you're going to go to centraldispatch.com. If a car dealership has got loads that need to be moved down from Tampa up to Tallahassee, 20 cars coming from the auction or wherever it needs to go, you're going to go on centraldispatch.com. When you get on centraldispatch.com, all you do is you post, I got 20 cars that need to be moved up from Tampa to to Tallahassee. Okay, and we're paying $150 a car. Now we may have gotten a deal from that. We're going to show you how to get the deal with the car dealer, where the car dealer will be paying you $300 a car or $350 a car. You see how this is how you make your money in moving cars. You don't get paid a percentage of the total load fee. You get the difference between the deal you work with the car dealer and the deal you work with the carrier, and the difference on per car is what you get paid. That's a lot of money, people. Average car hauler is 7 cars to 11 cars. Average dealership needs to move anywhere from 15 to 25 cars up from the auction every week. You got 20 cars that need to be moved. That's going to be 2 truckloads. 10 cars per truck. If the dealer has agreed to pay you $300 a car and the carrier has agreed to grab those loads for $150 a car, that's 150 times what? 20. That's on one deal. So, good money. Good money. And we're going to be showing you all how to work that coming up after the first of the year. So get ready for it. We're moving into a new phase. Showing you all how to find some new business. And the auto hauling business is a huge business. So we're going to be doing that also too. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Sorry about the fire alarm, but you know that was our excitement for today. But we've had a couple of live calls. You all see how it works. On each live call, does everybody agree that each one of those live calls was successful? So we was batting what?
Yes.
We was batting 1,000 today, right? And look, you all can do the same thing. You all can do the same thing. Trust me, you can do the same thing. But this is how I was closing 10 to 12 loads a day. I was booking 10 to 12 a day. Just like you just saw. And that's all it takes. Okay? Develop a rapport with whoever you're speaking with. Like I said, last guy we were talking with, I mean that guy could barely speak English. I don't speak Spanish or whatever he was speaking. I don't speak none of that. I'm not bilingual. But it doesn't mean that I can't communicate with him. Don't ever let that be a barrier to you making money. Okay? Don't ever let that be a barrier to you making money. Okay? All right. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Any comments? Any comments? Anybody think I talk too much? All right. If you all have no questions, you have no comments, just remember some of the things to remember. Make sure everything goes over to where? Central Dispatch. I'm sorry. Y'all caught me on that one. Everything goes over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Tony. You gonna tell them about the situation I had with the where on 123 the load was 2,500, but when I called the broker, he said it was 2,100.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah. Tony had and some of these brokers will try to pad their pocket. Okay, they will. If they can get away with it, they will. There was a load on 123 load board, and the load clearly showed there, in bold black and white writing, that the load was paying $2,500. Okay, the load was paying $2,500. Tony called the guy up, said, "Hey, I got a carrier that wants that load. See, he was paying $2,500. And as soon as the guy found out Tony had a guy who wanted to load, the guy was like, oh, no, that one, that's only paying $2,300. Or did you book it and then he sent it was $2,300?
No, I booked it. It was for 21. He said it was only paying 21. He said the one for 25 was an oversized load and it was gone already.
Yeah. After Tony had booked the load, he sent a confirmation sheet over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. After Tony had booked the load, you know, I'm talking about after he done talked to the guy on the phone about the load, booked the load, $2,500. Then the guy sends over a confirmation sheet for $2,100. Tony calls him and says, hey, you know, Tony calls him and says, hey, why is this load different? I said, yeah, he trying to get over on you, man. You know, and then Tony called the guy back, and then the guy was like, no, that was on an oversized load. That's not what we agreed to. You see what I'm saying? But these are some of the things you have to deal with in this business. And the point is this. Brokers, not all brokers are full disclosure. If you all notice, with us, we are full disclosure. On all of our loads that we post onto the load board, we put everything out there. We tell them exactly what it's paying. We tell them how much of it that they're getting. We don't hold anything back. Not everybody does that. Okay? The way a lot of these brokerage firms work, they try to get what they can get when they can get it. And if they can cheat you, they would cheat you. If they can cut you out, they will cut you out. If they can go and steal your client, they will steal your client. So, and this is the field we're playing on. Okay? This is just the field we're playing on. But as long as you all realize that and you know that, always, it's like the boxing game. How many of y'all ever been to a boxing match? Anybody ever been to a boxing match? What's the last thing that the referee tells the fighters before they ring the bell?
Be safe. Protect yourself
at all times. Okay? Every referee says that. He says that before they ring that. Gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions, but protect yourself at all times. I may say break. Don't put your guard down just because I said break. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Always be mindful that the guy or lady on the other end is not as honest as you are. Always assume that they are out to take you. Okay? Always assume that they are out to take you. Okay? All right. Great work this week, Tony, by the way.
Thank you.
Mr. Sean Kennery, same thing with you. Richard Stevens, great work. Who else booked some loads this week? That's all I can think of right now. But great work, gentlemen. You all did very, very, very well. Continue to just keep it up. Pretty soon, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get with it, and pretty soon you're going to realize that, hey, I don't need Calvin no more. I can go and do this by myself. But that's the business we're in. That's why we're here. We are here as consultants in this phase of it. We are your consultant. Our job is to make sure you all understand this business, make sure you know how to navigate this business, and make sure you all know what you are getting yourself in for, whether you decide to be a broker, dispatcher, or freight forwarder. All right. I thank you all for tuning in with us this week again. Keep up the good work. If you have any questions, be sure and get on to our chat group. If you're not part of the chat group, shoot me a message on Facebook, letting me know that you want to be added to the chat group. Also, remember, we do pay referral fees for any new students you all refer over to us. I think we paid out some referral fees this week, if I'm not mistaken. We did pay some out to a couple of people. I think, well, y'all know who you are. We paid out some referral fees this week. So it's $50 for anybody that signs up under the $2.99. If they do the half and half, you get $25 on the first half, $25 on the second half. If they do anything up higher than that, the commissions and the referral fees go anywhere from all the way up from $500 up to $1,000 on your referral fee, depending on what they on what type of package they get from us. Look, everybody, all of you are capable of, every last one of you are capable of booking at least 2 or 3 loads per day. You are. Each and every last one of you. I know each and every last one of y'all can book 5 loads a week. Okay? It can be done. It's not hard. It's not hard. As Tony will tell you, you know, you know, once you get the hang of it, I mean, it becomes like riding a bicycle. It's like clockwork. Before you know it, you're making phone calls. Before you know it, you got people coming at you left and right, and business is just dropping in your lap. But it's not going to do that by you just not making any phone calls, because that's how it's going to start. You got to talk to people. You can't make money in this business with your mouth closed. Closed mouths don't get fed. Everybody had a grandmama that told you that. Grandmamas know what they're talking about. All right? All right.
Calvin.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the dispatch agreement, and say you're helping somebody and you find them a load, and like you build a relationship with that person, so now they decide to call you if there's somewhere for you to get them a load. Do you have to fill out a dispatch agreement per load, or just that one time?
No. You fill out one dispatch agreement, and that one dispatch agreement Hey, Sean, you still there? Well, I guess everyone else must have left. But anyway, I do apologize for the technical difficulties. Let's go ahead and close this out. Thank everybody for tuning in this week. Again, we're going to go ahead and close this out, but make sure you all just stay on top of what you're doing. As you all can see, this is not hard. It is quite simple. Just follow our lead. We're here to help you all out. We're here to consult with you all. That's what this is all about. We'll hold your hand until you all are ready to move out on your own, and you build your clientele. And when you're ready to tackle this on your own, you can move on your own and take the clientele with you. But this has been Calvin Butler with RBBS Transport LLC and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. I want to thank you all again, and as always, see y'all here again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Later.